So I've made over $10,000 in the past 30 days, as well as over $4,000 in the past few days with this exact strategy. Now I'm going to show you guys how to short meme coins and also how to catch trends whenever we have market reversals using Mexi and Blowfin. These are the best non-KYC exchanges, and all you have to do is click the link in the description to sign up and use a VPN. Most people are asking me, especially when I'm on my live streams, they're saying, Tyrell, I can't sign up. I can't sign up. How do I do it? I said, guys, just go on Google, type in NordVPN, right? Download NordVPN over here and use that. It's the best thing to use ever. Now, the reason why I use two exchanges is I like to use Blowfin for altcoin longs, right? And altcoin shorts. And I like to use Mexi for whenever there's the daily runner. You'll see there's always the daily runner, right? For example, we had Mumbarak and then we had Mumbaraka as well. And both of these go to zero. You'll also see if we go through meme coins, we look at pretty much every single meme which is launched. You've got VVAI, this one's all the way down to zero. You've got Chill Guy, this one's all the way down to zero. You've got Nero ETH, this one's all the way down to zero. You know, I don't think it really needs to be explained a lot. We know that all these coins get wrecked. Even if you look at Toshi, which got a Coinbase listing, this thing absolutely got wrecked after its Coinbase listing, right? So just like on a major meme coin, when you see a big tweet or a big KOL, like the news, let's say you're speculating on an Elon Musk post and then Elon Musk finally posts it, you get that big impulsive pump and then people sell the news. Most people sell the listings for these types of tokens and you can really start to take advantage of it. You can use this to either hedge yourself, meaning you have a big spot buy and you're like, right, well, no, if this gets wrecked, I want to short just in case. Okay, or you can just use it in case you've missed the daily runner and you want to get it, like you don't want to bridge to base to buy a Toshi or something like this. You can then just short it instead, right? And as you can see, as soon as the Coinbase listing PVP calms down, we have that daily candle close. Just putting on a low leverage short, you can see that you can actually print gains. In fact, even if you use high leverage and you get liquidated 5 times, eventually you're going to be in pretty much consistent profit. Now, there's a few things that you want to be careful of, and I'm going to show you how to actually do this step by step. So tune in. The first thing that you want to do is you want to go to Mexi, okay? Once you've signed up to Mexi, you want to go to your wallet in the top right-hand section. Now, the good thing about this wallet is it can trade on a decentralized exchange, meaning that you can actually trench from Mexi, and you can also trade on your centralized exchange as well. Now, when you go over to your wallet section, you want to go over to the deposit section and you want to select on-chain deposits. Now, when you select on-chain deposits, it's going to give you a wallet to use. Just click that wallet, send money to that wallet, or you can obviously buy crypto as well, as it supports things like PayPal, MasterCard, and Visa, and even bank transfers as well. So Mexi supports all ways of depositing on the platform. Then you'll see you will go to your main account. Now, in your main account, you have different options. You have your spot, DEX, futures, or you can even copy trade over like profitable traders over there as well. Maybe I'll do a copy trader section. You can click transfer over here. You can transfer from spot account to either your fiat or your futures account. And then obviously you can even trade on the DEX Plus as well. If you do want to trade on, let's say a Tron meme, but you don't want to bridge to Tron, you can just trade on the DEX Plus side as well. Let's say you want to go on a BNB meme, you want to buy Mubarak, but you don't want to bridge to BNB, you can simply use that as well. Now, as you can see over here in the futures section, it's all going to be in USDT. And then all you want to do is you want to go to futures. And then I like to filter by M futures because you can use up to 400x leverage, which is actually ridiculous. But there's an interesting thing for leverage that you must know. So whenever it comes to certain coins, let's say lower market cap coins like Pump, for example, and you want to short Pump, you look at Pump, you say, right, well, this is a crazy rally. Surely it's going to come down. In fact, we know there's one guarantee. The only guarantee in a meme coin is that it's eventually going to go to zero. Everything else is speculation on how high it goes. So if you understand that the only guarantee is that it eventually goes to zero, you may as well put a short on it in the long term and look for areas when it starts losing momentum as people move their money onto the next big hype thing. So you can see over here that this token only will have a certain amount that you can actually size into. If you click the leverage icon underneath here in the top right, you see it has open and close. So if you're closing a position, that's this side. If you're opening a position, that's this side. And then you have isolated and cross. Now you want to use isolated. You don't ever want to use cross unless you're an experienced trader, because if you have a cross leverage position on and it's absolutely blasting off, you're going to lose your whole portfolio. Do not do that. Always use the isolated section. Now, when you use the isolated section, you'll see over here in the top right, you can trade from 10, 20, or all the way up to 50x leverage. However, here it says the maximum size of this position is $5,000, meaning you can only use, let's say, $100 if you're on 50x leverage, right? You can only use a smaller amount if you're on 20x leverage. You can only use $300, okay, if you're on 10x leverage. And it will give you an idea over here on how much you can specifically use at the bottom for your total margin. Okay, this doesn't mean that you can't add to it. You can add to these positions overall. Remember, that is going to affect your liquidation price. Now, one thing I like to do is on the top left-hand side, you can see it has your time frame options. I will go to my time frames. I'll put it on the lowest time frame because we are on the highest leverage. And then I'll look for these types of positions where we could see that we're going to start turning around. You know, it's very similar if you're in the meme coin trenches and you look at charts and you say, okay, right, well, we're struggling to break this high over here. We're probably going to come down. It's very, very, very similar. You know, I can do different ones on TA and I can actually go inside the trenches. We have much better people who are better at TA and trade this thing full time, who actually teach this thing as well. But in simple terms, that's kind of what I look for. Now, what you do want to do is at the bottom side of the screen, you do want to have a look and make sure you keep an eye on your open positions. One thing I like to do is I will trade meme coins inside the trenches, let's say on Pump Fund, for example, but I'll also have Mexi and Blowfin open to catch these types of opportunities where we can make money on these tokens, which, you know, probably going to go down in the long run. You can see in your position, it will show you your position size, which is $3,000 total, your average entry price, fair price, which is the price that you basically paid, your estimated liquidation, margin ratio, your margin, and then your realized P&L, which you can put over here. You can go ahead and share that inside the group chat. You can add auto margin if you want. I don't ever turn that on. That's going to add to your position. And you can see here, flash close, close short, or reverse. Always use close short over here by limit order. You always want to enter by limit order, never market order on a short, and you always want to exit on a limit order as well. The reason for that is because you're going to get the best price and you're also going to get the cheapest fees. If you enter and exit via limit order, it's going to be much better. Try not to FOMO into market orders as best as you can. Now you can also trench on Mexi by using the deck section over here as well. Now this is pretty good because you have to think Mexi are going to start to list coins here. Then they're going to be listing on spot on perpetual. And that's going to allow you to get in early on the spot side, secure supply, short when it lists, and exit your position. High level shit, right? But remember, not all of them are going to be able to list, right? Some are going to go crazy, some ain't. It's just how it is, right? But you can see on here the different tokens. You can sort by, let's say, price change. You can see this one's up over 1,000% or whatever. You can sort by you know, like let's say meme room. Meme room's very, very good. It's an easy one to trade. You literally just you can find the key support levels on meme room. This one's probably going to be the main runner on this chain. It survived quite a lot. And once you get supply over here, when it lists, you can simply go ahead and short it on a different exchange, right? Now, the good thing about this is the fact that it's going to give you low fees. You get a very, very good order book as well. And again, like I said, it's highly likely whatever lists on here is going to eventually list on Mexi Spot and Mexi Perpetuals futures as well. And instead of having to jump on a different chain or bridge and stuff like that, you can simply trade it all directly inside of Mexi. I do think that this is going to be the future of centralized exchanges. They're going to become similar to, let's say, a Blofin, for example, where you can trench, you have a Neo Vision, but inside of the centralized exchange. The reason for that is because all of the volume right now is going to decentralized exchanges. There isn't really an altcoin season. People aren't really trading leverage as much as they are anymore. And exchanges are going to have to adapt to this. That's just how business works. So I do suspect eventually, let's say accounts like Mexi are probably going to make partnerships with Bullex, for example, and that's how they're going to start to capture their market share back again and keep things inside of this centralized exchange. That's personally what I think anyway, is the best course of action for these types of businesses. So you can take advantage of that inside of Mexi again, and this gives you more tools to your toolbox. You see, if you are a trader and somebody that wants to be successful, you can either be a master of one thing, right? But when that one thing changes, you're going to be stuck. Or you can just learn a small amounts and the basic skills of all of them, and then you're going to be able to survive in the markets. It really helps me. Sometimes I have a shit week inside of the Solana trenches, but I have a good week inside of the leverage exchanges. And then that allows me in the long run to always make more money in the long run. However, if I stick to the small things, right, it's going to give me big variance. And I'll be like in Seoul and I'll just be stressed out, scratching my head, or I'll just be trading perpetual futures and stressed out, right? I have seen huge improvements in my own personal growth simply by learning skills from all ranges, whether that's trading on abstract, whether that's trading on base chain, whether that is trading on centralized exchanges. You must master all of these skills so you do not FOMO when the opportunity comes. Now, if you do want to sign up to both these exchanges, you'll find a link for them inside the description. Go underneath this video. There'll be a link for Mexi, and there'll also be a link for Blowfin as well. And simply use any VPN, mainly NordVPN, to get access to these ones as well. I'll see you guys later on. And if you do want to get free signals for buying these tokens, hop inside of the trenches. You can join the free group or the paid group. We're making money every single day. You can see it over here. Every single trade that we make, I posted. We do 80% on Sui, 39% as well over here. I made over $4,000 on Brett as well in a day. And we simply shorted the hyperliquid pump as well. So I appreciate you guys. I'm probably live right now, so go hop on. I'll see you guys inside the trenches.